Hello, welcome back. I think you know me. Yes, I am Gargi ma'am, your English teacher. And I think everybody had seen the audiovisual which I had sent to you on sentences, children. So today we are going to do again a grammar topic which is again a part of the chapter which was taught to you. Alright, children, and the name of the chapter is Types of Sentences, children. Types of sentences. You can see this, I've made types of sentences. Now, children, this particular chapter is going to be explained to you about the four major types of sentences which we have. Yes, declarative, imperative, interrogative and exclamatory. Now children, before we move further, I would also like to tell you that today's audiovisual class will cover only half of this chapter. I am not going to teach you about all four sentences today. Alright? So let us move ahead with the first topic. Now can you see these on the screen? What do these sentences express? Okay, let us read it out one by one. Children, I hope you're paying attention, and before I begin, I hope y'all are all safe and locked at home. Alright, let's move on. Manu likes to eat ice creams. Do you play football? I have fever. You mustn't have fever now, isn't it, children? One has to be very, very careful. No one should be catching cold, no one should be having fever. And even if you have it, you should immediately call up your doctor and get in touch to know about the medication. Alright, moving further. What a pleasant weather. Yes, it's a very pleasant weather now, isn't it? It's neither hot, neither cold. So it's very, very soothing. Stop laughing. Is tomorrow a holiday? We have a holiday, isn't it now? No, it's not a holiday. Again, isn't it? It's a lockdown period. We are all working from home, isn't it? We are not enjoying any holiday. We are all working. You're working, I'm working, the other teachers are working. I'm sure your parents are working, isn't it? They're all working from home because we are in a lockdown period. We are not at all enjoying any holiday. Keep quiet. Anuj, well done. So these sentences 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are all sentences and we have to sort this out. Okay, children? We have to write answer to these in the later stage. Now what is this dialog box saying? Identify the sentences given here and sort them into four different categories. So children, these sentences are of four different types and I have categorized them into four types. What are the categories? Category 1, statement, and it can also be when you're doing the exercise, when we are doing the exercise, we can also denote it with the help of a capital S. Category 2, question Q. Q is again for signifying that or denoting that or symbolizing the sentence which we are going to talk about in the exercise. Category 3 is command. Command means an instruction. We know what is a statement, isn't it? A statement is something which we will again go into details here. But just like that, I'm just going to explain to you verbally. Statement is something which is being talked about, where we come to know about a particular thing. Question is where we ask. Command is where we instruct. Go there, come in, please bring my glasses is not a command. Get my glasses. Alright. Category 4 is a strong feeling. A strong feeling can be of any emotion. Anger, happiness, hurt, So whichever sentences are going to express a strong feeling, we can identify it using SF. Alright, the short form SF. Now let us read this. A sentence that states something about their subject is called a statement. As I said, something which tells us about a particular thing. Now children, subject is something which I am going to explain in details in the next slide. A sentence that asks a question is known as a question and is signified using Q. Now there are various other names to this where gradually we will be explained by Gargi ma'am. Okay, we will be explained by Gargi ma'am gradually. I don't want to rush at things because we should go step by step so that we are able to do the exercise completely on our own without any help, until and unless you pay attention. I hope you are paying attention. You pay attention and listen to me. We will not be able to understand. All right. Now, a sentence that expresses an order is known as a command. A sentence which expresses a feeling of hurt, happiness and anger is called a strong feeling. Alright, something which I have already talked about when I was explaining this table to you. Now let's move further. Now, let's solve these given below. Now, let's go back to the first slide. Do you remember this? These were the questions which we had to solve. Now, let us go to the answer part. Yes. Manu likes to eat ice creams. Now, I had also told you that I'm going to talk about the subject here. So, Manu is the subject. Subject is that about which we are talking about in our sentence. Alright. So, Manu is the subject. Manu likes to eat ice creams. We all love to eat ice creams, isn't it? Not only Manu, but only during summers when the weather is hot, not now. Isn't it? Now one has to be very, very careful, isn't it? One must not catch cold. One has to lie low, stay locked and be safe with their family members. Now let's go to the, so what have I used as the answer? S. Do you remember? I said you can denote a statement with S. Similarly, do you play football? I think many children of class 4, my students, many of you play football, love to play football other than cricket. And I think maybe some, not only the boys, maybe some of the girls can also play football. Yes, give me a high five. Yes. So do you play football? And it is a question because it is denoted with a question mark. So you signify it with the letter Q. I have fever. This is again a sentence and here the subject is I. But children, no one should have fever, as I have already mentioned. I have fever. So it is a statement. It is declaring something. It is asserting something. Now what? A pleasant weather. Yes, what a pleasant weather. See, it's an expression. It expresses with a strong feeling, isn't it? It expresses with a strong feeling. So I have used SF to signify this. Stop laughing. Now this is a command. Stop laughing. So this is a command. So I have signified using C. Is tomorrow a holiday? Now this has a question mark. So it is a Q. Tomorrow, my God, we are having so many days. Even I'm so eager to go to school, children. I think you all are all waiting also to meet each other in school. The old students as well as my near our new students as well who are yet to join DPS Fulbari in the classroom. Never mind, children, we cannot see each other in front, but we are seeing each other through the video. Alright, so let's stay locked. Let's obey what the local administration has laid down, the guidelines, what the school has asked us to do, what our Prime Minister has asked us to do, and what our government has asked it to do. We should maintain social distancing. We should stay safe and locked at home. We should not go into any panic buying. Then only we can defeat COVID. Okay. Now let's move on to keep quiet. This is also an expression, isn't it? Because you might be expressing it with anger. You might be expressing it with worry or anxiousness. So it is denoted with SF. Anuj, well done. So here again SF. Why? It has a strong feeling. You are appreciating somebody, isn't it, for doing something good. Now let's see in the next slide. So is this clear? Is this clear, children? I can, hear many of you saying, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Did you understand this? Did you understand? Yes. Yes. I honestly can hear you speaking, and saying, yes, ma'am. Alright, now let's move on to the next. Now children, in this particular slide, I have picked up a sentence from a very, very common poem which we have been reciting over a period of many years, isn't it? Jack and Jill. So I have picked it up. Many of you must have been reciting it in nursery, LKG, UKG, KG, prep, isn't it? Or pre-nursery. This is the first poem after Baba Black Sheep that we always recite, or whenever we were small, our parents used to ask us to recite. So I've picked up a common sentence from there, a common line from one of the first stanza. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Now this is a statement because it is declaring. Declaring is again the synonym or the other word for asserting. You know what is declaring? Talking about something, telling about something. That is declaring. Now there are very important 3 points which we have to remember about a statement. Okay? The first one. A sentence is known as an assertive or a declarative sentence. Why? Because a sentence always declares something. It tells us about something. It asserts something. It must begin with a capital letter and also end with a full stop. Alright? It must always begin with a capital letter. You see Jack. Jack, of course it is a proper noun and Jill is a proper noun as well. So Jack and Jill are capital. Jack is also capital as well as Jill. But here I am talking and taking into consideration the first word of my entire sentence. And the first word is Jack. And Jack should begin with a capital letter. So that is the second point which Gargi ma'am wants you to remember about sentences. And whenever, now children, what I had been talking about again and again, we have learned about sentences right from class 1. But then the difficulty level is going to go a little bit more as you climb up classes, as you climb up ladders. Okay? So what happens? The same chapter is going to be taught to you, but then the difficulty level and the variety will be more. Okay? So here we were talking about capital letter, and can you see I have a full stop here. So a sentence has to begin with a capital letter and has to have a full stop. Now the third one. Now it can be a positive statement as well as a negative statement. Now I am going to explain today about statements with positive sentences as examples and negative sentences, children. This is only going to be today's class. Alright? And the next day I am going to take up with imperative, exclamatory as well as interrogative sentences. This is going to be continued in the second part of my lecture for today. Alright, that is in the next class when we meet. Now what is a positive sentence and what is a negative sentence? Hold on children, I'm going to explain. Don't worry. And I think many can say, I think many of you are saying, isn't it? I know it. I've done it. Yes, I know. We know that we know it. But still a revision, a recapitulation has to happen. Okay, has to happen so as to polish what we have. We have to go on acquiring knowledge. We have to go on gaining new things, new knowledge, so that we are able to do things successfully. We are able to do our assignments successfully without any help, and we are able to progress and do well in life. Now let's learn together. Yes. Now what are positive sentences? Okay, this is positive sentences. These are all the positive sentences. I'm going to read out one by one each sentence and then I'm going to explain. I have money. My parents were out of station. He is going to Kolkata. I like to drink coffee. Anu plays lawn tennis. Now these are all positive. What is positive? They do not have no or a not in it. N-O no or a N-O-T in it. Now do they have children? No, they don't have any no in any of the sentences which I have listed here. Now talking about lawn tennis, children, we have a beautiful lawn tennis court, and I think my old students can relate, isn't it? A beautiful rubberized acrylic lawn tennis court in the school. And we have a fantastic lawn tennis coach, Paritosh sir. He's going to teach us lawn tennis. And you will enjoy the new students, the newcomers. You will have fun when you go for lawn tennis class. It's such a beautiful court. It is out of the world. It is at par with the international courts. Now let's see. Now again, let me do a recapitulation coming back to positive sentences. Positive sentences are those which do not have a no in it or a not in it. Now let's see what are negative sentences. Now negative sentences. I have again taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences to explain to you. I have no blue pen. See, it has a no in it. So it's a negative sentence. My parents were not out of station. You can see not. Not is again the negative word. He is not going to Kolkata. Yes, this is again a negative. I do not like to drink coffee. So not again. Anu does not play lawn tennis. So again not. So these are all negative sentences. Fine, is it clear? So positive sentences are those which are having no no's in it or no nots in it. And negative sentences are those which are having no's in it and nots in it. Now children, you will see towards the end of the slide, I have attached a screenshot and a scanned copy of the chapter I am teaching you in my slide. Alright children? And why have I done that at the end? So that children, first you must listen to Gargi ma'am. Alright, first Gargi ma'am is going to explain the topic properly. First she is going to talk to you in details about the topic for the day, and then you can refer your book for any confusions. The ones who have been lucky enough to buy the books can refer it with their book physically, and the ones who don't mind, never mind. You have the pages what Gargi ma'am has explained attached in my PPT as a slide. Now let's see. So let's recall seeing the book. Now have you seen Tune Into Grammar has been attached even in the beginning. As I said, this is going to be our book. So you can drill that in your head. English grammar book. The name is Tune Into Grammar 4. And don't worry children, even if you don't have the book, I am going to go on sending you screenshots till the time we meet in school, till the time you are able to buy the books from our treasure house, till the time you come to school physically with the books. Don't worry, I am going to go on sending you screenshots, even if it is a literature lesson, I am going to do that. Even if it is a grammar topic, I am going to do that. Alright children, so no worries. Now let us recall the book. Types of sentences. Read these sentences, sort them into 4 different categories: statement, question, command, and strong feeling. So these are the sentences. Alright children, these are the sentences which I had already talked about in my first slide. I had given you as an example and explained them one by one. Now there's something additional to this. No. Read these sentences. Red Riding Hood went to the forest. The boy is tall and smart. We did not go to the party. Now Red Riding Hood, I think many of you have read the story, isn't it children? So let's see if we can plan. We can have a storytelling class as well in English for you. Alright? Red Riding Hood, I think many of you might have read the story. It's a very, very interesting story about a smart and a clever girl, how she was able to save herself from a wicked, wolf. Alright, that we'll come to towards maybe sometime later in our audiovisual classes or English classes. Now, Now these sentences state something about their subjects and are called assertive or declarative sentences. Yes, these three sentences are stating something about their subject. The first subject is Red Riding Hood, the second subject is the boy, and the third subject is we. Now the first two, I'm sure, what are they? Are they positive or negative? Yes, I got it. I think I heard you. Yes, the first two are positive sentences and the last one has a not in it. We did not go to the party, so not is there. That becomes a declarative. Now children, here in the dialogue box, what is written has been already explained to you in the previous slide. Now let's move on to the next page. Now this is page number 2 of the same chapter, types of sentences. Now here it has been made convenient table wise. Okay, the various rules wherein the division of positive and the division of negative sentences has been done. Now we can change a positive sentence into a negative sentence by adding the word no. For example, positive sentences are, I have money, Arpita has news for you. So what would be the answer? Yes, before I could complete, I could hear you saying it. I have no money and Arpita has no news for you. Alright, so you can change this particular sentence with just using a no. Now, placing not after is, am, are, was, were. These are all helping verbs or auxiliary verbs or modal verbs. Okay, these are known as helping verbs. They help a main verb. Now what do we need to do? We have to add a not. Let us see the sentences which are listed under positive sentences. I am tired. So here am is a helping verb, and what are you going to do? You're going to add not behind it. I am not tired. Soumya is my friend. Soumya is not my friend. They are my neighbors. They are not my neighbors. Harry was my classmate. Harry was not my classmate. My cousins were in Australia. My cousins were not in Australia. Now children, these are having helping verbs and a not can be added behind the helping verb to form a negative sentence. Now let's see rule number 3. Placing not between two parts of the verb. If the positive sentence contains a helping verb and a main verb, for example, positive sentence, negative sentence. I am going to Paris. I am not going to Paris. So have you seen the not comes in between two friends, am and going, and has divided them and joined. So not is the guest friend in between, am a helping verb and going a main verb. So not can come in between a helping verb and a main verb. Ankush has finished. So you have a helping verb and a main verb here. His lunch. Ankush has not finished his lunch. So again not has joined the two friends. Has the helping verb, finish the main verb. Now the fourth rule. Adding special words like do and does before not. For example, positive sentences. You have sentences like I drink tea, I drink milk. So what would be the sentence? I do not. Okay? Whenever the main verb does not have an S beside it, then it is do not. The moment it has an S beside it, see, it's not play, it's plays. Okay? So Aman plays chess. Aman does not. So does not is going to come wherever the verb has, the main verb has a S with it. Okay? Okay? A S with it. And wherever the main verb does not have a S in it, it will have do not. Now let's move on. Now there are home assignments for you children. Yes children, I have given you homeworks. I have given you 3 homeworks which are going to be very, very easy for you. Now once I go to the homework slide, I will explain how you will go ahead with it. This is our homework A. This is again from the book itself. Alright. So all those who have their book can straight away copy from the book just the answer. Only the answer needs to be written. And all those who don't have a book can do it in the worksheet. You can download the worksheet and type it out. Alright. And those who do not have a printer, okay, or do not or are not able to type it out as well, you can just do it in the rough notebook. Any old notebook where there are pages which are not exhausted, where there are some pages remaining. So you can do this exercise. And children, please remember, you will not copy the question, because the question I have with me, you will just write the answer. You will just write the answer. How are you going to write the answer? Identify whether these sentences are assertive, A, interrogative, IN, imperative, IM, exclamatory, E. Now, assertive means a sentence which is declarative. Interrogative means a question. Imperative means a request, an order, okay, an instruction or a command. Alright, so that is imperative. What is a request? Please get me my book. What is a command? Go out. Or an instruction? You must not go out during the lockdown period. And what is a request? I must have told you, please get me my glasses. Alright. So these are all imperative. And exclamatory, oh, how I wish to see all of you together. That's exclamatory, E. Now, I'll just do one out of these sentences. Do not pollute the environment. Do not pollute the environment. So this is what? It is like an instruction. It is like a command, isn't it? So you are going to use I am, imperative. Now the rest I'll just read out. What can I do for you? Please wait for your turn. Hyderabad is famous for its pearls. How wonderful the weather is. Leave the place at once. My maid lives in a small hut. How far is the airport from your house? I will not allow you to go out in this heat. Oh no, he missed the train again. So you are going to do this on your own. Now homework B. Again, I am just going to solve one and the rest you will do it. Rewrite these sentences by inserting appropriate punctuation mark. Here also you are only going to copy the sentence. Here children, in this you need to copy the question. Because until and unless you copy the question, how can you just go on giving punctuation mark? So you will copy the question and write the answer. You will write one and then the answer. Alright. How will you write the answer? Here you are going to do, just copy the header. Who has broken this mirror? Question mark. That becomes your answer. Alright. And let me read out the rest. This is also a part from your book. All that glitters is not gold. How dreadful the accident was. Brilliant, you solved the puzzle. What a beautiful design she is making. Will you please give me this book? What a horrible sight it was. What is the time by your watch? Would you like to have tea or coffee? How happily they dance. So these, again, you will just write the answer by copying the sentence. Children, writing the answer does not mean just giving the punctuation mark. You will copy the sentence and just give the punctuation mark beside it. Alright, is it clear? Now, change these positive sentences into negative sentences. This is homework C. Okay. My brother lives in Tokyo. Let me do this. My brother does not live in Tokyo. Alright. Does not live in Tokyo. Why? Because does not, because it has S. Do you remember I had spoken about a verb with an S? Now the rest. The shop opens at 8 a.m. She lives in this town. He knows the answer. I eat fish and meat. Put the books on that table. Now these 3 homeworks, children, you will also get a PDF file in the form of a worksheet. So don't worry, the slide is also there, the worksheet PDF is also there, and you're going to do it any way you like it, either in the old notebook, either in the new notebook, or in the worksheet itself. Type it out. Then what you are going to do is ask any of the elders in the house to click a photograph or scan and mail us. And accordingly, I will solve it out. Excuse me, children. Now let's move on to the last segment. Now there are certain things which Gargi ma'am wants to put in your mind so that you remember. Now this lesson is definitely going to be continued in the next part. Now the gentle reminders from Gargi ma'am are: the home assignments, as I have said, may be done in the worksheet itself. It may be done in the New English Grammar Notebook if bought by you, or else the old notebook which you have. Alright, anything. And the most important thing, please do the exercises on your own, no help. I have explained everything in detail. Never mind if you make mistakes, I will again recheck that, explain to you and send it across to you by mail. But you must do the exercises on your own. If you don't do things on your own, you will never learn. If we keep on getting help, children, we will get used to help. We will never become independent. Alright? And my good children, you all are? Yes? Give me a high five. Yes, you all are going to do it on your own. So see you again in the next class, and stay safe and stay locked, children. Bye-bye.